There are two interrelated mathematical functions called RAND, that's the name of this worksheet, by the way, and RANDBETWEEN. And although they appear to have specialized uses, there are two common uses that you might want to consider. Here's a database type list. It might be thousands of rows. Sometimes with lists of data, we need to do some casual spot checking. We can be a little bit more methodical about that. But the point might be that we might want to randomize the order of this list. Maybe our idea of quality control is simply to review 3 or 4 of these every month or so. Maybe this has to do with orders. Pick a column to the right here, an empty column, and put in the function equal rand. This is one of those functions that has parentheses but nothing between them. And when you're typing this, you need only put in the left parentheses. This will generate a random number between 0 and 1. Now, mathematicians have all kinds of uses for this. It doesn't make any difference how it's displayed. You can use the comma button if you really care. That's not really important, but you could do that. As we copy this down the column, we're putting a different random number in each one of these. Now, we might sort this list based on what's in column I. We do want to give it a temporary heading here, but just put in RAND or RR or anything, just to make it match up with the others. By clicking here and sorting this list, and we can do it really fast off the Data tab by choosing AZ or ZA, we're going to rearrange the order of the list based on those entries that are in column I. And as you look at the list now, it appears to be in no apparent order. It's certainly not in order by Social Security number nor department, and so on as we move across here. You want to sort it again? We can just click this A all over again. Every time we do this, the numbers get regenerated. So ultimately, we don't leave them here. We get rid of it. So we just click here and press delete. And again, it's the function called RAND. Now, there's another situation. I perhaps am more likely to use this than some of you, but I'm setting up a situation here. I need some sample data. I need it kind of quickly. And the data I'm working with here perhaps has to do with sales or profit. It's for a group here. We might be talking about items or dollars. I just want some random numbers here so I can work with the data a bit, maybe turn it into a chart. I want a bunch of numbers between, say, 100 and 900. Equal RANDBETWEEN. A lower number, let's say it's 100, comma, a higher number, 900. Now, since I highlighted all this data at once, nice little shortcut here is I'm going to press Control-Enter. And we've got a bunch of random numbers. Now, previously, this was formatted in a strange way. Forgot about that, so I'll just, on the Home tab here, click comma. Probably don't need the decimals. There we go. Looking like that. A bunch of random numbers. Now, here too, as with RAND, these are dynamic. If I click down here or anywhere and do something else or use another command, I'm just going to press a number and press Enter here. Watch all those numbers change. So if you want to essentially freeze these, because they're still functions, and every time you make a worksheet change, they change. If you're going to be using these for a sample or something, simply turn them into pure values by using the right mouse button after you've selected this range. Drag this elsewhere and then right back on top of itself with the right mouse button. Copy here as values only. So we've simply turned them into their pure results. So anytime you need sample data within a certain range, use the RANDBETWEEN function. And here's another way to use it as well. You can use this for dates. I need some sample dates here between these two dates. Maybe it's just for these cells. Equal RANDBETWEEN. Now in this case here, what I really need to do is make this column wider so we can see it better. There we go. Equal RANDBETWEEN. Here's our starting date. Now since I'm going to be copying this down a column, I'm going to press F4 here because I want that date to stay there, comma. Here's the ending date. Also press F4 to make that an absolute address. Enter, maybe copy it down here. A random date between the two. And we can change the format to be anything we want. So all these dates are going to be in the year 2010 or the year 2011, and possibly even day 1 of 2012, because that's in the list as well. And for the moment, again, this is live. It's active, you could say. It's dynamic. If we make other changes anywhere in the worksheet, all of these will change. So possibly you want to leave it that way, but if you want to change them, just like we did before, highlight these with the right mouse button, drag them into another column or row, right back on top of themselves, let go, copy here as values only. So using RANDBETWEEN and RAND, two mathematical functions, give us some tools for not only creating data, but also adjusting and sorting data as well.